Hi guys, welcome back to the Big Sew Along. I'm Ginny, and as always, I thank you very much for choosing to spend some time with me. This week, I'm going to be sharing some of my current obsessions with you, which is, so it's appropriate that I'm wearing my Ready to Sew Jazz overalls because the weather has turned very spring-like in the last few days, so I've been wearing this one and my other version quite a bit, and I am completely obsessed with them, and I really want to make another one. So that's obsession number one. Before I get to the other obsessions, last week I had a couple of people ask me about lowering the rise, or taking length out of the rise on those allotment maxi pants. So I just have a really quick little clip here to show you how I did that. So this is the back of my maxi pants pattern. This is the waist. This is the back crotch point. The distance between here and here is the rise. So in order to shorten that, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I already have my lines here because I've already done this. But I try to pick a place where it's on a more or less a straight away on this side. I don't want to get too much into this curve if I can avoid it. On this pant, it was pretty easy. I just measured the amount that I wanted to take out, and then I folded it over. Like that. Taped that in place, and then I just smoothed this out over here. Okay, you guys, I hope that cleared up any additional questions for you. Let's get on with our current obsessions. Aside from the jazz sewing pattern from Ready to Sew, as always, I have a current lipstick obsession. It's the one I'm wearing today. This one is by Too Faced, and it's called Hopelessly Devoted. It's bright, like, it's my color of pink. It's a bright pink. I have a very similar shade to this from another company that I used to wear a lot, but it was a really matte lipstick, which as a general rule, I don't mind a real matte lipstick, but over time they dry your lips out so much that I felt like I really needed to find something that wasn't quite so drying. So this one is really nice because it's more like a satiny finish, and it feels more moisturizing. Still need to use some lip balm at the end of the day, and for that I have been using this stuff right here. I don't know how to say this name. It's a French company, Nuxe, so Nuxe or Nuxe. This is the rose lip balm, and I am completely obsessed with this stuff. I cannot get enough of it. Okay, that's it for my beauty roundup. What's next? Let's talk about some food. As you guys who watch me regularly know, I do not cook at all. My husband does all the cooking, and because he's a little nutrition obsessed in the last few years, he's been trying really hard cooking-wise to get to use a lot of foods that are good for gut health, and in so doing, he has ended up using a lot of beans in our food. Mostly because beans are super high in fiber. They're also high in a lot of other, like, really good things for your microbiome and your nutrition in general. But in particular, he likes to use beans because they're very high in fiber, which is really important. So last Christmas, my sister-in-law, who is also a very good cook, sent my husband and I a box of these Rancho Gordo beans from California, I believe. And my husband has been obsessed with them ever since, and I will tell you why. Because they're delicious. They have like tons of like heirloom beans. I could talk about Rancho Gordo beans for a pretty long time. I'm not going to. I will tell you that they have two things that I had never had before that I found to be absolutely delicious. One is the black caviar lentils, and the other one is, I think there's a specific name for it, but they're essentially black chickpeas. I can't tell you why I think these are better than others, but they are so delicious, you guys. You really should try them. The other thing is, in an attempt to quell my never-ending thirst for Diet Coke, I have been looking for soda alternatives, And I heard on the Airmail, Airmail, I believe, is a online magazine. It's edited by Graydon Carter, who was from Vanity Fair. Anyways, they have a weekly podcast. I believe it's called Morning Meeting. And last week they had their fashion section, their beauty and fashion editor on, and she was talking about Olipop, another brand too called Poppy, but I've tried the I've just tried the Olipop. This is a prebiotic, like, sort of soda. It is sparkling, but it's not really like sparkling. It's not like a flavored water, because it definitely has more. It's definitely sweeter than that. So it's got like fruit juices and stuff, but I'm almost 100% sure it has stevia in it as well. In any case, I have been obsessing over this one, which is strawberry vanilla, I think it is. So delicious. Now, the rub is that it's like $2.90 a can, even if you buy it from Olipop and have it shipped to you and you get like some sort of a discount. It still comes out to almost $3 a can. So there's no way this is going to like reduce my Diet Coke. Well, it might reduce my Diet Coke intake. It's definitely not going to take over my Diet Coke intake, because I can't afford that. But I have found that I really like this as an alternative to a cocktail at the end of the day. I don't really drink hard liquor. I don't really like cocktails. I usually have a beer. And especially now that it's getting a little bit warmer, I feel like this is a really nice alternative to that. I've really been enjoying that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is some entertainment stuff. I just started watching this show called The Bondsman. I can't remember what channel it's on. I suspect it's on Prime. But anyways, it stars Kevin Bacon as a bounty hunter who gets killed and then brought back to life by the devil to continue bounty hunting. It's pretty campy and a little cheesy, and it's Kevin Bacon, so really enjoying it. I will say, if you like shows from back in the day, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or True Blood, or more recently iZombie, not like the super serious, creepy, like zombie stuff, but more the campy, slightly funny ones, then this will be up your alley. You'll really enjoy it. And yeah, it's campy and fun, and I have really been enjoying that a lot. Additionally, for the last probably couple of years, I've been reading books by Colleen Gleason as soon as she can churn them out. Colleen Gleason is an author from Ann Arbor, Michigan, so I was first introduced to her here at my local bookstore. And she had, I think the first series she started with was the Phillida Bright series. I think I am caught up on all of the Phillida Bright series, although I may be missing one. They're cozy mysteries is how I would describe them. The American in Paris series is also really good, and I'm definitely behind in that one. I think I've only read 2 of those, but I have the 3rd one on order with my local bookstore, so I'll be reading that very soon. And then just recently I started her series called, I think the series is called 3 Tomes. So the first 2 are definitely like Agatha Christie type murder mysteries. The 3 Tomes bookshop mysteries are really more like there's like supernatural stuff, witches and that kind of stuff, curses. Still very cozy, and she's a good writer, so they're quick, fun reads. I think she has a couple of other series. She might even have a young adult series or something that I've never read, but these 3 I can attest to. They're all really good. Okay, now, the other thing is entertainment. We're talking about entertainment, and as you guys know, I do a lot of knitting. But as of this past January, I've sort of been obsessed with using my crochet hooks. And one of the things I don't like about crocheting is that I've been knitting for a really long time and crocheting less long, so I have more experience knitting. And I find that in knitting patterns, designers tend to try to really finesse their designs a lot. So they get into things like short rows and darts and other kinds of shaping things so that they can get better fits in a knitted garment. However, I find that to be less true with crocheted garments. A lot of times they lack the finesse that you get with subtle shaping. But a few years ago, I discovered Sandra Gutierrez from Nomad Stitches, and I have made a couple of patterns of hers, and I'm obsessing with her right now because she just recently started a series here on YouTube about how you can use short rows and other shaping methods in crochet to, again, to sort of like finesse the fit. And I'm really, really enjoying that series. And like I said, I've made a couple of her patterns already. I have her book. I have another one of her patterns in my queue, which I'll probably be starting pretty soon. Sorry, I have one of the dogs digging in the background. Anyways, Sandra Gutierrez, and I will link to her website and also her YouTube channel below. If you're interested in taking your crocheting to the next level, you will definitely want to check her out. Okay, what's next? Let's talk about some fashion things. I was obsessing over these Bryr clogs for ages and ages, and my husband bought me this pair last February for our anniversary, and I am in love with them. I was in love with them the minute I got them. I really wanted to buy a pair of their sandals, and they sold out this as soon as they were released. They sold out of my size in the color I wanted really quickly. It was this one here called the Gigi in this color, which is poppy. It is now currently back in stock, but there was a minute there where it wasn't in stock, and they sent out an email that you could get it as a made-to-order item, so I ordered it right away. I now have two pairs of these shoes, the Gigi sandals and the first ones, which were called the Chunk. I love them so much, and I love the color of this poppy colored Gigi, and now I'm super anxious. I'm always anxious for it to get warm enough for me to wear sandals, but this year especially because I love these things and I cannot wait to wear them. Okay, the next thing is I have to look at my photos here so I can tell you what I'm talking about. I don't know how I came across these. Somewhere like eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, I have no idea where, somewhere these one of these necklaces from a designer called Ruby Z. It goes by a couple of different names. Ruby Z, what's the other one? Flying Colors, and then also a designer's name like Colleen something that I can't remember, but I'll put all the information for you below. Anyways, these are ceramic necklaces. It's ceramic jewelry. Necklaces, earrings, some earrings, mostly necklaces and pins. I don't think I've ever seen a bracelet. I have seen a couple of pairs of earrings, but nothing that really appeals to me because they're mostly like big ceramic earrings on a stud, which is just not my look. However, a couple of the pins I'm pretty darn tempted by. These necklaces have really caught my fancy. I don't even know what to say about these. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one here, and I hope you'll be able to see it. It's a black and white striped like creature is all I can say, with some cobalt pieces in there. I love the colors. I love the whimsicality of it. I love everything about this thing. The next one is this sort of modernist piece. Again, I just really love the shape and the colors. This third one is one of my, well, all of these are my favorites. This third one is a long necklace, a long pendant necklace with like five, I think, ceramic, brightly painted fish hanging from it. This one here is just, again, it's like bold and graphic without being like overly so. And then, let's see, where's the last one? She has a couple of hearts. Like this heart, I actually think is really cool. I like hearts, so that might just be me. I wanted to show you guys this one right here because this is typical of these designs. You can see in this picture how big this cat is. I don't know, you guys. I know it's crazy. I'm like obsessed by these things. The last one I want to show you is just like, it's just bonkers. This one is the entire cast of the Wizard of Oz on a necklace made of gold bricks. Like, seriously? How am I ever going to resist buying that? Like, I don't even know. I have no idea. These things range in price though from like, I've seen some pins from like $25 or $30 all the way up to this like Wizard of Oz necklace, which I think is about $300 or $400. I can't really remember now. Anyways, completely obsessed with them. I have those alerts set on my eBay page to let me know whenever one of those shows up so I can continue obsessing. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is also a fashion thing. For some reason, you guys probably have noticed that I don't really wear a lot of actual shirts, like button-up shirts. But I have bought several button-up shirt patterns in the last few months, starting with this one here from, you know, I'm going to call her Juliana. I will put the name of the designer here, but there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce that name. This is called the Serena Pajama Blouse. And I bought this because when I saw it, and I probably bought this back in February or March, when I first saw this, I thought, oh my god, that totally reminds me of back in the day, like the late 80s, maybe early 90s, when I was doing a ton of thrifting. One of my favorite things to find was an old men's pajama shirt that I could just wear with my jeans as a regular shirt. Because I loved the prints on those like sort of geometric, tiny little prints that you saw on those like old men's pajamas. Love those things. So for some reason when I saw this, I was like, oh, I can totally make one of those. Even though now I think I would rather do that in like, I think this would be really cool to wear as an actual shirt if I made it in linen with like a contrast color piping around the edge. I think that would be super cool. Then I moved on to the, what's the other shirt? I just recently got the Ready to Sew Hortense shirt. As a general rule, I don't like things tied around my waist. However, I do love a good tail. So I bought this shirt and I have this cut out and ready to sew together. Hopefully I'll be able to share that with you next week. But this is shirt number 2 in my shirt obsessions. And then, like I said last week, I did also buy the choice shirt pattern. It's like shirt, tunic, dress kind of thing from Open Studio Patterns. And as soon as I get done with this Ready to Sew shirt, I'm gonna start working on a muslin for that and seeing if I need to like alter it at all, because I'm really excited to make that one too. So apparently I have inadvertently started a shirt obsession, so we'll see how that plays out in the next few months. All right, guys, that is it from me this week. As I said, hopefully we'll be talking about the Ready to Sew Hortense shirt next week. Until then, I wish you all happy sewing.